everybody, thank you for joining me today. So today's video we're going to be looking at more of the blending technique, but this time I'm solely focusing on makeup brushes. Now lately these new brushes have come out that I want to say they're like life-changing brushes or something like that. Well, I believe in, if you can find something that's either cheaper or, a way for you to get that same result using a different method, I'm all for it. So I've gotten my own version of the makeup brushes. They're not from, I think it's Picket Fence, but they work, I think, just as well. So all we're doing is we're laying down the different oxide inks. And I'm going to try and get my list here because I made a list of all the ones that I used. All right. So this particular one is Mowed Lawn, Spice Marmalade, and Stormy Sky for at the very top. And I like, with the regular Distress inks, you can blend. It does sometimes, for me, take a little bit more on the blending side because though it's, I guess it's more like a dye ink, it takes a little bit more work to get them to blend in and have a nice smooth blend. Whereas to me, the oxide inks, because they're more of a hybrid and they have some pigment qualities, I find it to be a lot easier to blend together and get a more not seamless, because obviously you can see it go, from the green to the orange, but when you're doing like similar colors of the same color, like different shades of pink, they blend in a way that's a lot easier than I think with the regular Distress inks. But I think it's definitely something you should play with. They're easy to clean. I'm just wiping mine off on a little chamois cloth there, and if it feels like it's not getting clean enough, I spray it with a little bit of the stamp cleaner, and I'll test it out on a piece of paper like you see there, and if it's still coming off, I just keep cleaning it until it does, till it gets clean. You can also take the makeup brushes and, wash them right underneath the sink too. And then on the back of the card, I'm just writing down the different colors that I used, and I'm doing that because of the fact that I'm doing, obviously, the voiceover for the video. I want to make sure that I get all my colors right. So for this one, we have Crushed Olive, Wilted Violet, and then Iced Spruce. And we're just laying it down again. And I probably would get another set. This one I happened to find just while I was out in the store one day. But definitely take a look at the different makeup places. There's all kinds of, like, I don't know if you guys have one, but we have an Ulta in my town, and so you could go there and see what kind of makeup brushes they have. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter, you just want the style of brush. And I find it easier sometimes, for me, it's easier to hold the handle a little bit further down in my hand, and then like just hold my one finger out with it, almost like if I was gonna be writing or coloring with a pencil or something like that. Sometimes if it's the bigger brush, like I kind of hold it more in between my fingers and brush, because for a lot of us, we've only been using like the Distress tool, which is a much smaller tool. So to have these with the longer handle, you got to figure it out how it's going to work in your hand. How does it feel in my hand? Maybe that's why they're life-changing, how they fit while you're coloring with them. I don't know. I don't have a set. But definitely, it's fun to get these different type of tools and things that are out there and to play around. And then we just keep going. And I always, once I put down a color, I always grab the first color or the one that I did before it to try and help blend it in some. And then once again on the back, writing down the colors just for you guys. So please don't worry about that part. Because when you're making a card, you're not going to write down the colors. No one's going to care. Because when you see them at the end and how pretty they are, it doesn't matter what colors you use. You know what I mean? So on this next one, I wanted to do something a little different. And I wanted to go on the softer side. So I did Old Paper, which is a color I probably don't use much at all, Sponge Sugar, and Tumbled Grass. And I was just trying to check and see, you know, do I like this color? Do I like that color? And then I decided, you know what? I'm going to grab 3 more out, put them to the side, because I do have 4 cards I'm going to make. And then that way I can do sort of more of the vibrant colors. And I'll give you those in a second. So Old Paper, and it's amazing because to me the Old Paper, I don't know what I thought the color was going to be. I think I was thinking it would be more of a like a tannish, like in the browns, but to me it has a greenish quality to it, and it looks even more green here in the video as I'm watching it, you know, filmed, watching it back. But it's a really nice color, and it's probably one I probably need to use more often. And that's the thing with the ink blending. I definitely suggest doing it when you have something like this particular group of inks, because so many of the colors, it doesn't even have to make sense. They don't have to be like color theoried out and what should go here and go there. Like, you can literally use any combo. You definitely want to check out not Jennifer McGuire. She didn't do a series. It was Christina Warner did this huge series on color combos for distress inks. And if I can find at least the one video to get you guys started, I will put it as an iCard right in here for you, okay? Because let me tell you, that whole series was amazing. All right, and then we're just finishing up here with the Tumbled Glass, and then we're going to hit the Sponge Sugar again and make sure that gets all blended. And if you're using similar colors, like I'm using the lighter versions, right? Now, if I had done a brighter hot version of the blue where I have the pink and the Twisted Citron, then I could have just continued using because they would have been in the same color category. But I don't mind cleaning in between. It just makes it easier. It just, I don't know, it works for me. So, and I decided on this last one that it was going to be, I did Squeezed Lemonade, Twisted Citron, and picked Raspberry. And I'm going to change it up some, and I'm adding a 4th color to this one, you guys. But hold on. I don't know if I grab it out here or if I grab it out later. But we're going to start with the Citrus Citron. Say that fast real quick. Twisted Citron. And then we're going to go from that. I believe I go, yep, to the Squeezed Lemonade. And then we're going to do the picked Raspberry. And I was just making sure there that I didn't get pink all over my brush, because I don't want to cross-contaminate my ink pads. That's why I'm trying to, you know, make sure I pick it up and I clean up my glass mat so that way I don't get all these colors into my brushes. and that's where I pull it out. So I decided to go ahead and hit it with that wilted violet right on the very end. And then because, you know, I didn't want to have to bring that big one over and try and not get the pink all over the top, I used the same small one. I'm just going to grab more of the purple and just blend it out. And I'm picking some up from the glass mat. That's one of the benefits of the glass mat. As it's starting to dry out, I just grab some from the mat itself and then keep on blending. So those are our 4 cards. And for my bases, I always cut them at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and then I trim mine down. Okay, and I only do that because I want to make sure I have a good blend, and sometimes it just works better to go bigger and then work it, you know, cut it down smaller. And I'm just sharing here my storage bin that I use for my oxide inks right now. I think I have 12 slots that go up, and then I technically needed one more slot on the side for the last 12. And I'm just showing you real quick, I put pattern paper on the outside, on the sides, and the back and the top, because the plan was to have them sitting on my desktop. And in the future, I plan on having a video showing how I'm going to revamp that, but I will have a link to that case up here in the iCard too. Okay, so here are our 4 card bases. I'm going to go ahead, like I said, trim them down, and I stamped them just like I did with the last video that we did. I just used the second stamp and created a very similar image with the silhouette pieces. Okay, so here are the finished products. I just added the thank you on each of the cards, and I think it gave them a really nice finish. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Definitely, you know, if you enjoyed the video and you like the series, hit the like, subscribe, and share button. And I will have links to all of Scrapbooking with Me's social media and the web page. If you go and purchase, just use the coupon code TT15 so you can get an extra 15% off on items that aren't already on sale. But definitely check them out, because I think they're having a huge, like, 4th of July, the month of July sales going on. So definitely go there. Okay, you guys, thank you again, and I hope you have a great day.